Well, probably everybody else like myself has turkey hangover, but you know what? After Turkey Day means high school basketball hitting the hardwood, and we've got my man Mason Bunch, Graham Hall, and head coach of the Barren County Trojans, Warren D. Cunningham, in the studio. Guys, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure, Coach. It looked like you got a couple twin towers down here with you today. Coach, start with you, man. Well, you've been in the gym a little bit. What have you seen out of your Trojans?
Well, we're excited about the season getting started. Feel like we've got a good team, got a lot of new faces. People make a big deal about the guys that we lost, but we're really excited about the guys we have returning. Turn our two guards in the backcourt, and a lot of new faces, including these two guys.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you talked about the guys that you lost. I mean, last year was a great year for you all. I think 21-13, you know, runner-up in the district, and you have a great run in the region. You come up short against Bowling Green. But, you know, for that experience, I guess, you know, what did you take from last year that you can use towards this upcoming season?
Well, I think anytime you have some success, and we like to think we've done that for a while, as far as have some success, and you hope that that continues to build when you change, when you have a lot of turnover in faces like we've had this season. But, you know, we return our two guards, and Tate Spillman and Bray Bewley that played a ton for us last year that started the entire season. So anytime you return your guards in the backcourt, that's always a big factor. But then we've had a lot of guys that have been playing behind good players that just haven't had a lot of opportunity to play. We got 5 seniors, including Graham and Mason and Cashmore and Carter Browning, and you know, we've got some guys that we feel like William Compton's another guy, one of our other seniors, but we feel like we got a lot of guys that can really have good seasons for us. They've just been behind some really good players, and they've waited patiently, and we're excited for those guys to have this opportunity.
Mason, I'll start with you, and then Graham, you can answer the same question and follow it up. What do you feel like as far as what you've seen and took away from practice up until now?
I feel like we really went to work this off season. Just focused on getting better every day. There's not real much expectation for us this year. We're just ready to go out there and get started and get to work.
Yeah, like Mason said, you know, I really like what we're seeing from our team in practice right now. I think we're really sharing the ball really well. And but I think we have the same expectations that we have every year going into the season. We want to win district and make a run in region for sure.
You know, with the expectation, it comes with pressure sometimes. And for you, if you don't feel like you have much expectation, you might not feel like there's a lot of pressure on you. So for you, Mason, do you feel like you have a lot of pressure on you? And as a senior class, do you feel like you all are dealing with that? And how do you go about dealing with that?
I mean, there's a certain amount of pressure every player feels, I guess. But I really feel like that as a team, we play well together. As the season goes on, we're going to keep getting better. Just ready to keep going and get to work.
The season's about to open up here this upcoming week. First off, you know, Thanksgiving-wise, y'all stomach's good. Y'all energized, all ready to go this week.
Sir.
You know, coming up this season, I think you all had a scrimmage last week. You know, how did that go for you all, and what did you take from that?
I think we found out a lot, especially in the film room. You know, just a lot of small things we got to work on. You know, for me, it was setting the legal screens, and I think making sure we're always hitting the open guy too. You know, just little things like that. But we're going to get rid of those things and get better, especially as the year goes on.
Well, they're only illegal, Graham, if you get caught, buddy.
And if your name's not Draymond Green.
That's true. That's true. You know, Coach, all jokes aside, I mean, you know, the district up there, you got a couple teams in it. They're going to gun for you all year long. And once we get into district play, things will start funneling down. We'll get a good idea. But start the season off with Campbellsville Thursday night. Have you been able to check out that team? Because everybody's kind of getting their football guys back.
Well, it's going to be kind of going into it blind a little bit because most of their players are football guys. So we're not going to be able to have a look at those guys because, you know, their scrimmages, those guys didn't play. So it'll be a little unusual and a little uncomfortable going into that game with that situation. But, I mean, we'll make the most of it that we can and get in there and get after it.
Coach, for you, you know, starting off the season, you know, everybody has different expectations or different levels or different goals that you all would like to reach. But for you, you know, what are some of your early season expectations, goals, benchmarks, et cetera?
Well, we like for those not to change, regardless of who our players are and who they change. You know, they change every year. But you know, kind of like Graham said, we want to continue to be competitive with everybody we play. We always play a good schedule. We want to be competitive in our district and put ourselves in position to win a district championship and get back to Diddle Arena and get there and make some noise. And you know, our goal is always to win that thing, and we're going to keep knocking on the door until we can get in. And you know, I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about these guys that we have, and I think they touched on it. They share the ball well, and we got you know, I think the last few years we've had maybe 1 or 2 guys that primarily do a lot of the scoring, and I think with this team you'll see 3 and 4 or 5 guys share it well. And I'm excited. They're a fun group to coach, and I'm excited to get the season going.
Mason, what are you looking forward to the most, man? This being your senior year out there on the hardwood.
I think getting an opportunity to play in like a district tournament game, opportunity to play in district championship possibly, and get to play in Diddle Arena, hopefully.
For you, Graham?
I think just really getting the opportunity to compete. You know, we've been on the bench watching our teammates go out there compete for district championships. Hopefully, I think this is our time now. I'm just ready to go out there and compete.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, for you, you know, last year there a lot of high stakes, high intense games that came down to the very end, especially, you know, the district tournament. Then you had the Metcalfe County game, and then you had the Bowling Green game where you only lost by 2 possessions. So, you know, going through those games and having to face against, you know, that adversity and tough games that came down to the end, you know, do you feel like that's helped this team kind of, you know, grow in terms of playing those tough games that come down to the end like that?
I think so, especially with us returning our guards, because they play such a big factor in that. You look at the district first round tournament game last year against Allen Mason, came in the game and gave us a huge lift. I mean, I don't know that we would have won the game. He comes in and makes 4 threes, and just I think his experience in that. And I also think even with Graham and some of our other guys maybe didn't play much in those games, but I think being around that and seeing that you find a way to win. Most of those we didn't win all of them, but that you find a way to be competitive, and you hope that just kind of carries over from season to season.
All right, fellas, that's a Trojan fan base, man. They've always been pretty stout and pretty solid. How much do you guys rely on them, especially at home games, back there in the stands, roaring you on?
Yeah, I think they've always been really supportive. They're going to keep being supportive, and they really help us during the game get going, get on a run, and they're amazing.
Yeah, well, I think our student section always plays a big role. You know, my guy Eli, he's a student section leader. He's always going to get them rowdy. And, yeah, I think fans really do play a big role in those home games.
Good. Well, we appreciate y'all for coming. Good luck this season. Opening week. I know y'all are excited for it. We're excited for it. I'm just excited to be indoors. But, yeah, thank you all for coming. And don't go anywhere. We have more Sports Connection right after break with the Lady Raiders of Warren East.